Hey girl gang, it's Dr. Joy here and you are watching Delivering Joy MD Welcome to Well Woman Wednesday. Have we got a treat for you today? We are talking to fitness guru extraordinaire, Miss Christian Shakespeare. So make sure you keep watching. All right, ladies, we are back, and today I have the pleasure of talking with Christian Shakespeare. If you didn't know and you live here in the West Georgia area, she was voted the top fitness expert in our area at BU Fitness, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So talk to the people. Tell them who you are, a little bit about how you got started in this industry.
Well, I'm Christian Shakespeare, 39 years old, daughter of the late Alvin Stevens and Christine Stevens. 13 kids. I'm the ninth out of 13.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've been doing the fitness thing for about 15 years now.
Wow. So, how did you get started in your fitness journey? What kind of led you down this path?
Always been an athlete. I've been an athlete my entire life. I played basketball most all my life since age 5. Playing competitively since 5th grade.
Wow.
I started in 5th grade, and I was able to play AAU basketball, and I received a scholarship from Talladega College, full scholarship, and I finished playing at Lawson State in Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, man. So you've always pretty much been active.
Yes, ma'am.
Been training, been running, doing all the stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
And you can tell I don't run anywhere. You can. The Bible says that only people only run when someone's chasing them if they wicked. So, I try to be good so I don't have to run from anything. But really, it's so good to live an active lifestyle.
It is.
It's so important. Fitness is something that many people have an interest in, but may not necessarily understand how to transform it into a business. Like I see people working out in the gym. They know about the supplements. They know about the exercises. What kind of got you into the idea of like this? I'm gonna make this my profession. I'm about to build a company.
Well, to give you a little bit of backstory, like I said, I played basketball my entire life, so I've always been an athlete, always been very, very competitive. My mom, she had us in all the sports, and my dad played sports as well. He was a basketball player, played football. I don't know if he played football for long, but I do know he played basketball for a while, and all of us, we all really played sports. So Benet, I was introduced to Benet Bowler. I don't know if you may know her, but she was here for a while, and she had her gym and facility going for a good little while. And my cousin, who her name is Nikki, she introduced me to Benet. I think it was early part of 2005, maybe 2006. We had been going through a lot at home. My mom, my sister had been too long, passed away in 2004, and my mom, her health had started to decline. They were like best friends, and so, when my oldest sister passed away, it really did a number on my mother. Not just my mother, but my family, but physically you could see on my mom that it had took a big toll on her.
Wow.
And so, my cousin introduced me to Benet, and she was telling me how, this lady, she got classes, and she's a bodybuilder, and you would love it. I think you should come and check it out. And at the time, I was going through a lot of things mentally. So I said, one day I didn't have to go to work, and I was working at Highland Country Club at the time. And she said, just come try it out. And I went, and the first day I met her, it was just like sparks went off. Like me and her had so much in common. And I was just mesmerized by how she ran the facility, and she did her class, and I loved her class, and ended up continuously coming back. And fast forward, one day she had a conversation with me. She was like, Christian, you look like you just enjoy this so much, and you have a knack for helping people. And at the time, I didn't want to fool with nobody, I was good with just coming in, doing her classes, and exercising for a little bit and going home. And so one day we had a private conversation, and she was saying, I think you should try, maybe just start out doing some classes, like instructing the classes first. And I said no, maybe like three or four times. I said, I just like doing it, so I'll just help you out every now and again and still go do my little job at the country club, because I was bartending at the country club on the side. So one day I actually decided to take her up on the offer and started instructing the classes full time with her. I was doing them like 3 times a day. And then she said to me one day, she was like, no, I don't want you to do the classes anymore. I want you to start training people. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to do that. Like, no, I don't want to do that. And because I was just cool with just doing the classes, getting my stuff and going home. I didn't have to talk to nobody. I didn't have to fool with nobody.
Oh, you feel like such a people person.
I am, but at the time I was still kind of like shy and in my little, just in my own little bubble. I liked working out. I loved being around people, but I just didn't want to do the whole tell you about nutrition and tell you what you need to eat and things of that nature. I was good with killing you in a workout, in a cardio class,
just put them on,
and
put it
going
on
home.
real quick.
I was good with that. But I actually just started to think about the question and what she had brought to me when I got home. And one day I just said, I'm going to try it out. First person I ever tried actually doing personal training with was a girl by the name of Sandra Russell. Some people may know her. She does braids and things of that nature. Her sister, Ira Russell, has a hair salon called Artesian Beauty, which is not far from over here. It's in the plaza up the street from you guys.
Okay.
But she does hair. Both of them do hair. And Sandra was my first, I would say, guinea pig to try it out. So I had learned a lot just from watching Monet and being up under her for so long, because by then I might have been with her maybe like 4 or 5 years. So I had seen a lot. She had shown me a lot. I learned so much from just watching her. She never really just had to just sit there and be like, okay, so this is how you do this and this is how you do that. I used just to watch and observe her doing all of these things. And sometimes she would be giving a client a consultation. And sometimes I would butt in and be like, oh, you could do this, this, and this. And she would be like, yeah, that's right. And she would always say, you don't need me. You already know what to do. Like, you already know what to do. So why are you still sitting up here trying to be right up under me? And I was like, because I'm not ready.
Oh, wow. So what made you take the plunge, like, finally say, okay, I am ready. I'm going to do this full time?
Well, she can give me no choice. She had some health issues going on. She had a couple things going on. She had breast cancer.
Wow.
And she had been battling that for a while, and she had to go and have surgery. And so she left me and her husband in charge of pretty much running her gym. And so I started just gravitating to learning how to run the business for her, opening up, locking up, doing certain things. And I just caught on very naturally. It wasn't anything that I just had to sit there and study.
Wow, wow. So 15 years of doing this professionally. And so, I want to talk a little bit about women's fitness in particular. So one of the statistics that came out during National Minority Health Month last month was that obesity is definitely a problem in Black and brown communities, and particularly with Black women. Black women tend to suffer from obesity more than any other race of women. And so, that really can lead to heart disease. Obesity can lead to diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and eventually heart disease. And heart disease is #1 killer of women. And so I see a lot of your social media, and I see you training with people and helping them to get where they're trying to go.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you think we got to this place where we just are seeing all of these health issues, chronic high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, and obesity? How do you think that kind of shaped up?
Well, I will say this, and I strongly believe in it. A lot of it has to do with the things that they're putting in the foods now. Back in the day, my dad, and I'm semi-young, but at the same time, my dad had a lot of health issues. He died from respiratory heart failure at 46 years old.
Wow.
Very young. Wow. Very young. I was only 15, and that one, his passing did a number on me. And that was one thing that really pushed me into wanting to get healthy, because my mom, once the doctor told my dad his situation, she came home and she pretty much changed his entire diet. She started making the food with the salt in it. She made the whole house get on the same thing. So we couldn't be picky eaters. So a lot of people will say that when I give them certain meal plans, I can't eat that. Girl, that's nasty. I don't want to try it. But a lot of this is to only help you with the longevity of your life.
Right.
I will speak on a lady by the name of Marie, who I absolutely adore. She was diabetes patient, and I think she goes to, she used to go to Dr. Bernice. I don't know if she still does, and I don't know what her current doctor's name is, but she told me, Christian, I'm on insulin, and my sugar is at a 16.
Oh,
it was
wow.
It was at a 14.2. I'm wrong.
Wow.
It was at a 14.2, which is extremely high.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm on so many different medications, and I want to get off of it. And she was like, but I don't know. And the doctor gave me a meal guide to go by, and I'll do it for a week or two, and then I'll just stop, And I was like, well, what's hard about it, And I had a sit-down conversation with her, and I said, you just got to get realistic with how long you want to live.
Yeah.
When the doctor gave you your diagnosis, did you want to give up, or did you want to fight to save your life? And she said, I want to fight. She's only 46 years old.
Right.
And when she told me her age, it really struck a chord with me, because I lost my father when he was only 46 and I was 15 years old. And she has 2 daughters of her own. And I was saying to myself, like, I got to help her in some type of way. And I wanted her to understand the seriousness of her really cleaning up her diet. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of the foods that we eat now are overprocessed.
Yes.
They have so many things in it that we don't know about or don't even understand, because all we know is it tastes good.
Right.
It's good, it's satisfying, it's going to fill me up for this moment right here, and this is all I wanted for, is to make me not only get full off of it, I want to know that it tastes good as well.
Right.
I don't want to have to give up the fact that I like salt. I don't want to have to give up the fact that I love high carbohydrated foods. It's hard to give up, but at the same time, it's necessary if you're trying to elongate your life.
You are absolutely correct. And that's a point, that I always have heartburn about, because I will have folks come in here and I'll say, look, we need to change your diet. We need to change your, how much you're moving your body. We need to change your stress level, and we need to make sure you're sleeping well. And sometimes people will straight up look at me and say, just give me a pill, And so it is that mental thing. Not only is it like, processed foods and all the hormones and things that are put in our foods, that causes a problem, but it's also us wanting to get real results without a lot of real effort.
And that is the number one thing
I'm just going to be real with y'all.
That is a number one thing I run into a lot, because I don't know if you've ever seen a program, but some of my programs, I have 4-week programs, 8-week programs, 6-week programs, 12-week programs. So, and it depends on how long they want to come, or it depends on the goal that they have. And I have some that will sign up for a 4-week program knowing darn well they need a 12 or a 16-week program. And I'm like, now, I'm not a magician.
Like, I can't make you look.
I am not Jesus or God.
Right.
I am not, I dream of Gina. I can't bump my head and you're going to be 50 pounds lighter in 4 weeks. That's just crazy.
Right.
But, at the same time, I always say we want to give a small bit of effort and want all of this great stuff to happen with just a itty bitty little bit of effort. But if you were to give it just a little bit more effort into really just trying and cleaning up your diet, maybe going for a walk every now and again, once or twice a week, incorporating those things, it can help you in so many ways.
Right. Not even just physically, but mentally. Like exercise is so good. You mentioned that, hey, I had a lot of things going on and I just started exercising. Exercise is so good for anxiety. It's good for depression.
Yes, it is.
It's good, for people who are going through a lot of stress.
Yes,
it is very good. For diabetics, it can help lower your sugar if you just started exercising.
That's right.
Even if you decide that you aren't going to change your diet, which diet is so important. What we put in our bodies, we expect top performance from our body, but we don't treat it well.
That's right. That's right.
And so now, I'm in the 40 and up club. So I had been, living the OBGYN life for years, getting up in the middle of the night, not sleeping good, not eating well, eating out of cafeterias in the hospital or eating out of vending machines and stuff like that.
Right.
But when I hit that 40 child, I was like, woo, my body is feeling old and tired. tired.
That's right.
But by cleaning up my diet and losing a little bit of weight and exercising at least 3 to 4 times a
Energy
week,
level went
my
through the roof.
yeah,
I already
energy
know.
level, and I feel so much better. And it's a lot of stuff I don't even miss, like bread. You know, I
Right.
used to be a bread queen,
Right.
but a lot of that stuff I don't even miss. And I'm definitely far from perfect with my diet. But I just said, okay, I'm gonna make a commitment to exercise, to move my body, and to try to eat better.
That's
it.
beautiful.
You know?
But you know, I also say to people that look at the fitness gurus as if we are just the best thing smoking and we don't eat bad, that's a lie.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Let me go on and just destroy the myth for you. That is a lie. I bake, I cook, I love sweets. I love carbohydrates, but the thing about it is I don't eat that all the time.
Right.
And I know that if I eat it, I got to do something to get this out of my system. You know, as you get older, so many things happen. Our body slows down. Our estrogen levels go up. Our thyroid level starts getting our thyroid starts to overact to certain things because it's reacting to what you're putting in your body. And the thing about it is no one wants to pay attention to it until the doctor says something. But you know how you feel after you ate that meal. You don't pay attention to it then. But if you were to actually pay attention to everything you eat and notice how your body feels once you eat that meal, you'll stop messing with it.
Right. And I will definitely say, like, I don't know, I used to have this thing with honey buns, but like when you stop eating a lot of processed sugar for a while and then you go back and try to eat it again,
It don't taste the same.
terrible. And you crash, like it feels like you just have this sugar high and then you crash and you don't feel good for the rest of the day. So I think that's very important. I think that, you know, sometimes there are barriers for people starting a different diet and exercise. Like one thing we were talking about was like, you know, what they call the social determinants of health, where you live, where you work, where you play, where you pray. Some people may not feel comfortable getting out and taking a walk in their neighborhood early in the morning or after dark.
True.
Some people, you know, may not have the financial means to shop for a clean diet. Like, you know, like, because you go to Whole Foods or something, it's expensive.
It is very expensive.
And so, like, some people are like, you know, I can't afford us organic, you know, all these fruits and vegetables and, you know, hormone-free meats and stuff. All that stuff really costs. So we had to think about that. But, you know, regardless of what your situation is, you still can control how much you eat, how you move, your stress levels, and your sleep. So, you know.
And budgeting plays a role in that too. When a lot of people say that, you know, things are so high and they're expensive. Yes, they are. Inflation is crazy. Everything is just going through the roof as far as money, you know, the expenses of food, clothes, shoes. But we sit up there and we spend money on everything. We spend money on everything that we want. And we will spend very little on what we need, or we try and bargain with somebody on as to what we need versus what we want. So it's all about making the sacrifice. I had to sacrifice to get to where I am. I had to sacrifice to open a business, just like you. We had to take some time away from certain things and stop putting money in certain things in order to get what we need for our business. So it's all about preparation. We make sacrifices for our children all the time. We make sacrifices to get that home that we want or that furniture that we want in our house. So why not make the sacrifice to take care of your health? Because you want to be here to live, to enjoy the things that you're purchasing. So if you're not going to take care of the things that you're purchasing, why not take care of your body?
Right.
That's the best investment ever.
Best investment ever. And, you know, without your health, none of the other stuff that you're working so hard for really matters. You know, and so it's so important to kind of move past those barriers. Maybe set a budget. If you know gonna need some assistance, then you need to build that into your budget. If you know you're gonna need to eat better, build that into your budget. If you know you haven't been getting your preventive health stuff together, put that in your budget.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, if you want to pay top dollar for 3 things: advice on your health, your freedom, like you legal people, and then, you know, making sure that you have the right things going on for your family.
That's right.
You know, people will come, they'll want all these things done or they want help with these things, but that's not really a priority for them financially. I think when you commit your time and your treasure to something, then you are really committed.
Absolutely.
So, you know, how do people get in touch with you if they want to sign up to be a part of BU Fitness?
Oh, you can contact me on, you can actually find me on Google. I'm BU Fitness Inc. BE, the letter U, Fitness, INC. I am on Google. I'm located at 253 South Davis Road behind Frank's Collision Center, and my direct cell phone is 706-333-5813, or you can call my business line at 706-333-4661.
Right, and make sure you follow her on all social media platforms at Christian Shakespeare.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about just a general idea about what a plan looks like. Let's say I sign up for BU Fitness. What would be like how do we get started, and how do we?
First, we would have a consultation.
Okay.
I would have a conversation with you to see where your head is and where you're trying to go physically with your body. Is your mental state in good standings? But then I'm also going to examine you. I'm going to have you stand up and maybe lift your shirt up to over your belly, so I can see what you're looking like from the waist down mainly, so I can see what all I'm gonna have to do, because I don't train people based off of their weight loss goals. I also want to transform their body and add shape to their body. Some women have beautiful shapes and I don't have to do much. It just takes a little toning, and some I got to do some work on. In the name of Jesus. But everybody wasn't blessed with all the curves,
right.
So,
and we know apple shape bodies can increase your risk for heart disease. So your waist circumference is a big deal. That's a marker for how likely you are to develop heart disease. So we want that waist circumference to be less than 35 inches if we can get there. So it's good that you're shaping your bodies into a healthier body shape.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've had some people contact me about be giving them a butt that looks like they had a BBL, and I said, no, ma'am, that's not
that's not the goal. We're trying to help you
That
healthy.
is not the testimony I'm gonna give, because I don't want nobody contacting me talking about something. I want my booty to look like so and so. No, I don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Comparison is the devil. Like, we just have to stop comparing what we got to other people's stuff. That is so true. Now, let me tell you something that I find really odd, and I want to see if you run into this.
Okay.
When I get my hair done, I don't want to go real hard in the gym because I don't want to sweat it out. And there was actually a scientific study that showed that Black women, that hair can sometimes be a barrier to people wanting to work out.
Girl, I don't care nothing about that.
When
I get my hair done, if I just got it done, because see, what I do is, if I have an event coming up, I'm going to get my hair done, right? But after that event is over, I don't care. My hair will be towed up the next day. And I have told women, don't come.
Don't come in here
trying
to wrap, because see, I'm the one got my do-rag,
want your hair
got my
laid
hair,
and stuff. You can tie it up and do all you can, but by the time you're done with the workout with me, it's gonna be over with. You're gonna look like you ain't touched a pressing comb ever.
Oh wow! So, but I mean, you think about all these things that are going on, like in people's heads, and why they just won't get up and work out. That's so interesting to me, because I was reading this study about that, and I was like, oh my gosh, that I'm the same way. Like, we're gonna do yoga today. Because I want to
I'm a wig girl. So I switch out wigs all the time.
Okay.
I'll take that wig off before I go work out. I walk in the gym with my wig on, and by the time I come out of the restroom from changing, I don't have the wig on. Everybody be looking like, "What Christian going like?"
Who this?
And don't care anything about it. But I'm going to be comfortable while I'm working out. I don't mind sweating. I mean, I come in, I'm dry. When I come out, I'm probably as wet as ever. But it's not a thing for me. I'm in there to release. And that means I'm there to release all of the tension that I've taken in, the stress that I've taken in throughout the day, the conversations me and some of my clients have had, because I still ponder on some of those things, because some of those things are very serious, and I care about them a lot. And I'm also going through things myself, so I'm going in there for an actual release.
Yes.
So when I come out of there, I feel a little better, and I'm rejuvenated, and I'm ready to take on whatever else the day throws at me.
So I think that that's absolutely wonderful. People, we as women, busy women, Black women, we definitely need to be able to release. Same thing is true for all people.
Absolutely.
That exercise is a great way to kind of like reprime your mind, get yourself together, and it helps so much with your physical health of your body. So if I'm on a BU Fitness plan, what sort of give me a sample meal like that I would eat?
Okay. Say for breakfast, something simple. Half a cup of oatmeal, and I'll have you measure it after you cook it. Never measure your foods before you cook it, because sometimes you can eat too much or you will be eating not enough.
Okay.
So I always have them measure their oatmeal after they cook it, and you can add a little bit of tablespoon of cinnamon and raw honey. Maybe 2 strips of turkey bacon and a half cup of blueberries. That's breakfast.
Okay, that's not bad.
Dinner would be like baked chicken or baked fish. You know, if you care for your fish more than chicken, I would say baked chicken or fish, anywhere from 4 to 5 ounces, and a half a cup of wild rice or white rice. You could do either one. Okay. Lunch, I would say sometimes a salad or a turkey burger. You know, turkey burger with no bun. You know, take the bun off. Or if you gotta have a bread, gluten free. Make sure the bread is gluten free. Of course, my clients cry about that. That bread tastes like cardboard. It is so funny. But I mean, you got to make the sacrifice.
Absolutely.
But when they actually follow the plan, like I tell them, and they start seeing those results and those inches in that body coming down like they wanted to, oh girl, I'm gonna do whatever you tell me to do. And then I have some that still be in limbo about it because they miss their junk. And I'm like, you got to remember what your goal is at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
And if you're trying to look good for that birthday, and you're trying to look good for that anniversary, and you're trying to look good for whatever event you got going on, you got to make the sacrifice. You got to be willing to make the sacrifice in order to get the reward.
That is absolutely true. So I'm so grateful we got a chance to have this conversation today. I've been seeing the results. I've been on social media. I'm like, wow, these people look amazing. I saw April Ross the other day. I mean, people are just like really
Don't she look like a little girl?
Yes, she does.
She looked like a little
so fantastic
kid. Yes, she does.
And so I
Very
was
proud of
looking,
her.
just seeing all the different pictures going by and seeing people working out and seeing you in the groups in the gym. And so, you know, I say that it definitely was well deserved for you to win Fitness Champion of the Year, the UTV Awards. And so we are definitely going to stay in touch. You're now officially a member of our girl gang. So we are excited about today's conversation, and I'm sure we'll get a chance to talk again. But thank you so much for giving us your time and for telling us about BU Fitness. So if you are ready to start your fitness journey, to get your diet right, to get right for whatever occasion, but really just for life, okay? You want to look good and feel good for life and to improve your health, especially your heart health, because we know heart health can be something that's really serious for women in particular. So we'll catch you next time, Girl Gang. Hope you learned a lot today. Peace.
Peace.
Yay! You are natural with the camera.